The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Daily Racing Form, Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Lamb South, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, and Tampa Bay Downs.
Hello everyone, Jesse Eulery filling in for John Henderson on this edition of Thoroughbred Week, featuring a big weekend for Hall of Fame trainer Todd Pletcher with a 1-2 finish in the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Handicap and a weekend stakes double at Aqueduct. We begin with sprinters at Oaklawn Park in the Hot Springs Stakes. Subtle Indian, the 3-5 favorite. Peter Aiello picks up the call.
They went an opening quarter, 21-3. It's a wicked pace being set. The Subtle Indian sets the tone. He leads it a half a length. Up on the outside, here's the veteran Alsvid drawing alongside the leader, and Den's Legacy tries to spring the upset from third with a quarter of a mile left to go. Chris Amy and Alsvid issue the challenge to Ramon Vasquez and Subtle Indian. Subtle Indian cuts the corner, and he opens 2 lengths. Alsvid right back at him from second, and Den's Legacy is third, and he still has a chance. Inside the final furlong, Subtle Indian pulling out all the stops. Den's Legacy and Alsvid second and third. 16th pole. Subtle Indian has the lead. Nothing subtle about this Indian. Subtle Indian by a length.
Odds-on favorite Subtle Indian, the winner by a length over long shot Den's Legacy. Ramon Vasquez aboard in 109-1. Subtle Indian won the first 3 starts of his career, including the Gazebo Stakes at Oaklawn Park. And after being eased in his final 2 starts last season, he's come back to win 3 in a row over the track this year. The 4-year-old gelding by Indian Charlie was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Mercedes Stable. Subtle Indian has earned $260,000. Robertino Diodoro trains the winner. Access Thoroughbred Week online every Saturday on Thoroughbred Daily News at thetdn.com. To Aqueduct for fillies and mares in the Heavenly Prize Invitational Stakes. Callie Star, the 8-5 favorite. Travis Stone picks up the call.
The quarter's on the board in 24 1/5 seconds, so down the backstretch, Jose Ortiz and Mei Ling show the way. Well clear with 5 furlongs to go. Here's Pangburn coming through toward the inside, up to be second, getting a bit closer to pace-setting Mei Ling. Callie Star's third on the outside, Story Lady race along in fourth. Say 3 Hail Marys is down inside fifth and about to be fourth with a half mile to go. House Rules is following her onto the fire turn, 6 lengths behind now, and still well at the back is Include Betty, still about 10 lengths behind. Round the far turn, 3 furlongs to go. The half was 48 seconds flat. So Mei Ling trying to go all the way up top, and she's holding on to a 2.5 length lead. Pangburn is in a full-out drive, trying to keep up in second. And then it's Say 3 Hail Marys racing third. Include Betty's putting in a bid, cutting the corner and skimming the rail off the turn. Top of the stretch, Mei Ling is still the leader with 1 furlong left. The leader by 3. Say 3 Hail Marys running in second. Include Betty trying to come through toward the rail. Then it's Pangburn with a 16th to go. Mei Ling is holding on to that 4-length lead. Mei Ling is well clear coming down to the finish, and she's going to go coast to coast.
Mei Ling by Gainesway Stallion Empire Maker, the front-running winner by 3 1/4 lengths over Say 3 Hail Marys, a dead heat for show. Jose Ortiz aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 145 flat. The Todd Pletcher trainee won the Lighthouse Stakes at Monmouth Park last September and returns to her winning ways after placing in stakes company in her last 3 starts. The 5-year-old mare was bred in Kentucky by Larry Williams and was a $500,000 Keeneland September yearling. Mei Ling has earned $405,000 for Barry Schwartz. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
You know, I like Fedbiz.
It's got a lot of things to like. This horse has a stallion's pedigree. So it's an exceptionally good family as a stallion prospect. Physically, you can't really fault him.
He's a more compact, well-made, American-type horse.
Beautifully balanced horse. He's got a very intelligent head. He's a perfect package.
This horse has a great shot.
I think he's got a big shot at making it. Love his chances as a stallion.
OBS March, the 2-year-old source of 77 stakes horses in 2015 and 7 Breeders' Cup winners, including Eclipse Award finalist Stop Charging Maria and Breeders' Cup Sprint and Dubai Golden Shaheen hero Secret Circle. Over 600 juveniles have been cataloged for the 2-day expanded format sale March 15th and 16th. The under tax shows will span 3 days beginning March 9th. OBS, we measure success by performance.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
There's a new day dawning in Florida. Never before has a Breeders' Cup Classic winner retired to stud in the Sunshine State. Until now. Adena Springs presents three-time Grade 1 winner and earner of over $4 million, Fort Larned. New to Adena Springs South.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with turf racing from Gulfstream Park. In this segment, we begin with fillies and mares in the Grade 3 The Very One Stakes. Chad Brown sent out 3 of the 6 starters, including 3-5 favorite Desita. Larry Colmus picks up the call.
It is Olorda out there in front. Olorda making the pace. Up top here through a 47 flat half mile. The pace is moderated somewhat. Quiet Kitten's a length and a half behind, and closer are Kitsy's Rocket and Desita, who's now just 3.5 lengths from the front. It's another 3.5 lengths more to Guapaza, who's 5th up the backstretch and continuing to lead Al's Gal. So now they're heading for the far turn. Olorda on top all the way so far, a length and a half to Quiet Kitten. And then it's Kitsy's Rocket. Desita now being ridden along here. Javier Castellano motivating Desita on the far turn. She's 3 lengths off the lead. Fellow Chilean Guapaza is 5th at this stage, and she's got 5 lengths to make up. Al's Gal trails the field as Olorda leads the way to the top at a stretch, 3/4 in 1:10 and 3. Olorda turning for home in front. Desita on the outside up into second. Kitsy's Rocket is 3rd, and then it's Guapaza who's gaining ground on the inside. Quiet Kitten's there too, and then it's Al's Gal. Olorda trying to hang in there. Here comes Desita, and on the inside Guapaza. Brown 1, 2, 3 as they come down to the line. It's going to be Olorda.
Foreign imports trained by Chad Brown sweep the first 3 spots with Olorda, the winner by a neck over Desita. Guapaza 3/4 of a length back in 3rd. Julien Leperoux aboard in 151 and 2. A Group Stakes winner and Group 1 placed in France, Olorda was unsuccessful against Grade 1 company in her first 3 stateside starts. But the German-bred 4-year-old filly by Lord of England gets the job done with blinkers off in the Very One. Owner Martin Schwartz acquired the winner last summer. Olorda has earned $585,000. Darby Dan Farm's Grade 1 winning stallions, Dialed In, Jerseytown, and Shackleford, all with first crop 2-year-olds hitting the racetrack in 2016. Look for each of their highly anticipated first 2-year-olds selling at the OBS March sale in Ocala. Male turf horses in the Grade 2 McDermott Stakes, Mr. Maybe, the 9-5 favorite. Once again, here's Larry Colmus.
O Prado Ole, a long shot leading the way in the McDermott, 3/4 of a length to the good of Grand Tito in second. All included tracks the pace-setting pair in 3rd, now 3 lengths from the front. Then Kygun to the inside and to Big Hoss, Mr. Maybe behind them, and Twilight Eclipse trails the field, 5 lengths to make up for Twilight Eclipse. As O Prado Ole completes 3/4 in 1:14 and 1 and heads them up the backstretch. Been there all the way so far. Grand Tito now 3/4 of a length behind. All included being ridden to go. Then the big hoss on the outside. Chegou is down toward the rail, saving all the ground so far. Twilight Eclipse begins to move, and Mr. Maybe still on hold at the back of the pack. Around the far turn, O Prado Ole still on top. Grand Tito draws up alongside in second. Chegou now comes under a drive behind them. The big hoss is next, and Twilight Eclipse swings up on the far outside. They're into the stretch, and Grand Tito is taking the lead. Grand Tito moves away from O Prado Ole. Chegou is trying to close in, and it's down to these two, Grand Tito and Chegou, and Grand Tito will win the McDermott.
9-1 Grand Tito holds off 6-1 Chegou by a length and a quarter, with the favorite Mr. Maybe closing into third. Amicial Jaramillo aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 2:12 a 1:04 Beyer speed figure. Winner of the Grade 3 Miami Mile at Calder 2 years ago, the versatile turf star has posted 5 victories over the Gulfstream course, including a mile and a 16th optional claimer in his seasonal debut. The 6-year-old horse by Candy Ride was bred in Kentucky by Hargis and Sandra Sexton and Ben P. Walden Jr. Grand Tito has earned $585,000 for Grupo 7C Racing Stable. Gustavo Delgado trains the winner. The colt was consigned by Paul's Mill Bloodstock to the 2011 Keeneland September yearling sale, where he was purchased by Grupo 7C Racing Stable for $225,000. Grade 2 McDermott Stakes winner Grand Tito, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. Spendthrift Farm Stallion Temple City, Dynaformer's heir apparent. Temple City was represented at the recent Florida 2-year-old sale with a colt that sold for $260,000 to Bloodstock agent David Ngordo.
And Startup Nation is a very promising colt.
Bolo absolutely annihilated them.
Premium beat. Miss Temple City sharp in the hilltop.
Papa Cool, exploding through under a hand ride here. Very impressive.
In the business of breeding horses, timing is everything. Making ovulation more predictable, Sucromate Equine takes the guesswork out of scheduling breedings. Sucromate is the only FDA-approved deslorelin product indicated for inducing ovulation within 48 hours of treatment. Sucromate is safe, reliable, and results from a large field-based study show Sucromate provides a higher ovulation rate than any other product. Streamline your breeding season with Sucromate Equine.
Mucho Macho Man coming with giant strides.
To honor and serve at 2, the second highest weighted colt of his generation.
In the Remsen.
A winner of 3 races in 4 starts. At 3, winner of the Grade 1 Cigar Mile against older horses. At 4, won the Woodward Stakes.
Honor and serve would not let Mucho Macho Man by.
To honor and serve, Bernardini's most accomplished son.
Don't you know Hail Marys are long shots? But even a long shot can be a winner, like at Tampa Bay Downs. Because at Tampa Bay Downs, well, jockey?
At Tampa Bay Downs, you can have a lot of fun, maybe win a little money, watching the horses run.
Awesome. Grandstand admission is free on weekdays and only $2 on weekends. So you think you can catch a race or 2?
Yeah, maybe a long shot will pay off for me.
Tampa Bay Downs, live it up at the Downs.
Now a Florida Thoroughbred history moment. Founded in 1956, Callie Star is the oldest active thoroughbred farm in Florida and a pioneer in the thoroughbred industry. The landmark Callie Star's message is simply put, if you want a runner, look to Callie Star. Callie Star revolutionized the worldwide industry, creating 2-year-old in training sales. Now represented by the 3rd generation of the O'Farrell family, the farm's reputation as a top producer of thoroughbreds makes them a symbol of excellence. This has been a Florida Thoroughbred history moment.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with an undefeated champion filly and an undefeated Kentucky Derby prospect coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. 3-year-old sprinters at Aqueduct in the Jimmy Wheatfield Stakes. Sudden surprise, the 2-1 favorite. John Embrial has the call.
A quarter, 22 seconds. Long shot, Moon Over a Beauty leads by a half length. Sudden Surprise in second by a head. Awesome Gent on the outside is third and gaining ground. And just in behind the front three is Quixote. And on the outside, Condo King. King Krantz is at the back. It's wide open here as the field comes for the quarter pole. It's Awesome Gent on the outside, Sudden Surprise in between, Moon Over a Beauty, and there's room there for Quixote. He's trying to come on through. King Krantz on the far outside, and then Condo King. It is Awesome Gent who has come away with the lead and is drawing off here. It's Awesome Gent by 3 lengths, and Awesome Gent will win the Jimmy Wingfield Stakes.
Awesome Gent by Adina Spring Stallion Awesome Again draws off to defeat Quixote by 4 lengths. Manny Franco aboard the New York bred in 1:10 Awesome Gent trying open company for the first time after defeating state breds by a combined margin of nearly 15 lengths in his last 2 starts over the inner track at the Big A. The gelding was bred in New York by his owner, Burning Sands Stables. One of 3 winners on the card for Todd Pletcher, Awesome Gent has earned $142,000. DRF Breeding, home of the new sire-powered results tool. Access race results from North America. Visit drf.com/breeding for additional information. Turf 3-year-old fillies at Fairgrounds in the Black Cat Lacombe Memorial Stakes. 13 went postward with Sapphire Kitten, the 3-5 favorite. John G. Dooley has the call.
'Tis a Handful, 3/4 of a length. Mary Blue Eyes second, right there with 'Tis a Handful, midpoint on the turn. Pancake third within range and moving now. Pancake is picking it up. Sapphire Kitten trades away in 4th. Then between horses, Scab Me If You Can in 5th. More Than Most, Lou is fanned wide. Audubon Park ups toward the inside. Mink Coke Mimi is well back. Princess Arendelle, her charge down the center of the course. 3/4 woman at 14, 1/5 seconds. Pancake's in front. It's Pancake. 'Tis a Handful. Here comes Princess Arendelle, staying on stoutly. More Than Most is right there too with a scoring chance. It's Princess Arendelle for Marcelino Pedrosa. Princess Arendelle got up at 25-1.
Princess Arendelle rallies from last to score the upset by a half length over Pancake. Marcelino Pedrosa aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:32-1. Princess Arendelle finished second in her first 4 starts, but she was put up to first on a disqualification in her 3-year-old debut over the main track at Fairgrounds. She was last seen finishing third when Pancake captured the Spanky Broussard Stakes. The filly by Divine Park was bred in Kentucky by Shelby Lane Farm. A $12,000 Keeneland November weanling and a $17,000 OBS August yearling. Princess Arendelle has earned $75,000 for owner and trainer Hugh Robertson. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the OBS March 2-year-old sale. To Santa Anita, where Songbird took on 8 challengers in the Grade 3 Santa Isabel Stakes. The undefeated champion bet down to a nickel on the dollar. Michael Rona has the call.
Racing. Songbird away sweetly with My Dynamo and Jade Princess Pageant Material. Then Not Now Carolyn, Landover Sea on the inside of Mocat, Mary Rosfo and Code Warrior the last couple. Songbird's the early leader, narrowly from Jade Princess and Not Now Carolyn sweeping around them out wide. My Dynamo tucks in along the rail 4th. A couple of lengths to Pageant Material, followed by Landover Sea. Mocat 8 off the lead. Mary Rosfo next to last ahead of Code Warrior. Songbird dictates at the 3/4 pole, leads by a length from Not Now Carolyn and Jade Princess with a length and 3/4. My Dynamo perched in 4th. A gap of 4 lengths. Landover Sea on the inside of Pageant Material. 4 lengths to Mocat, 2 more Mary Rosfo and Code Warrior last, 15 off the leader. Songbird to the half-mile pole by a length and a half. Jade Princess second. My Dynamo on the inside comes through third, overtaking Not Now Carolyn. 2.5 lengths to Landover Sea from Pageant Material, Mocat, Mary Rosfo and Code Warrior into the far turn, and Songbird ambles away by by 3.5 lengths. Jade Princess is second. My Dynamo third, but under heavy persuasion, followed by Landover Sea, who's making up a little ground. At the head of the others, Mocat creeping through fifth towards the inside, but Songbird is about 5 in front at the quarter pole. Songbird turning for home by 6 lengths and still being cuddled by Mike Smith. Jade Princess second, being joined on the outside by Landover Sea, but he hasn't breathed on the undefeated champion filly. Songbird past the 8th pole by a half dozen lengths. Landover Sea is second. She's giving game but fruitless pursuit. It's all Songbird. She's got them beaten to a frazzle. How'd you like to earn 60 grand as easily as this? Songbird wins by, well, whatever she felt like.
Songbird by Darley Stallion Medaglia d'Oro coasts home by 3 3/4 lengths over 13-1 second choice Landover Sea, while under a hand ride by Mike Smith. Time of the race, 1:43 flat. The Eclipse Award winner as champion 2-year-old filly of 2015 improves her record to 6 wins in 6 starts, including a 6.5 length victory over Landover Sea and the Grade 2 Las Virgenes Stakes in her 3-year-old debut. Trainer Jerry Hollendorfer is pointing her to the Grade 1 sent to Anita Oaks. The winner was bred in Kentucky by John Antonelli and was a $400,000 Saratoga yearling. Songbird has banked $1,742,000 for Fox Hill Farms. Songbird paid the minimum $210 across the board and is the Malone's favorite of the week. Presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. To Aqueduct, where undefeated Chegou headed the field for the Grade 3 Gotham Stakes. The Shadwell Stable homebred 6-5 in his stakes debut. Travis Stone has the call.
And they're off. Good start for Chegou. Vincento is there too. Far outside Sunny Ridge. Lauban is put to the whip out of the gate to secure that spot to the inside for the race to the first turn. So it is Lauban up for the lead heading into the turn. Chegou's going to stalk the pace on the outside second. Rally Cry 3 wide racing third. Sunny Ridge is also wide in fourth. Adventist a bit more settled today. Fifth and toward the inside. At the back are Conquest, Big E, and Vincento. Lauban is the leader to the backstretch run and leads by 2. Solid first quarter, very strong, 23 1/5 seconds, and he strides away to lead by 3 up the backstretch run. So it is Lauban in front. Chegou stalking the pace toward the inside second. Rally Cries right there to third. Sunny Ridge on the far outside, getting a bit closer, up into third now. Chegou's back into fourth. Adventist right there in the thick of things running in fifth. Conquest Big E's going to be stuck wide to the far turn in sixth. Vincento's at the back in seventh. 8 lengths behind Lauban, who's onto the far turn after a half in 47-1. So onto the far turn they go. Lauban is the leader. Here comes Sunny Ridge on the outside, putting in a bid up to be second. Chegou is making progress toward the inside, now third. Adventist angles to the far outside, back into fourth. Rally Cries losing ground while fifth. Conquest Big E is wide off the turn, and Vincento as they hit the top of the stretch. Lauban trying to see it out, turning for home in front. Sunny Ridge on the outside to the attack. Chegou swings wide for the stretch drive too. Adventist is coming down the center of the track as well. 1 furlong left. Lauban down inside, narrow lead. Sunny Ridge fights on. Chegou keeps on grinding away. So to Adventist on the far outside. 16th to go. Lauban's trying to see it out. 16th left. Here comes Chegou with a final surge. A final surge to win the Gotham.
Chegou by Darley Stallion Bernardini rallies to defeat front-running Lauban by a length and a quarter. Irad Ortiz Jr. aboard in 1:45 4. A maiden winner on debut at Aqueduct in his only start at 2. The Chad Brown trainee impressively won a 1-mile allowance race at Gulfstream Park in his 3-year-old debut. The colt was bred in Kentucky by Shadwell Farm. Chegou has earned nearly $299,000 for Shadwell Stable, which also has another undefeated Kentucky Derby contender in Mohamed. Irad Ortiz Jr. with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Vans, the safest way to the winner's circle. Coming up, stablemates battle it out in the Gulfstream Park Handicap.
But Bahamian Squall has won the Sunshine State.
Bahamian Squall in front from Trinity Bird, Jackson Bend far outside. It's Bahamian Squall to win the Smile.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions,
the 11th Triple Crown winner,
13 classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
For nearly half a century, the Northern Dancer sire line has dominated thoroughbred breeding. Galileo has earned his place among the breed-shaping sires from that lineage.
They're into the stretch. Magician is trying to come late.
Now, his best son in North America
On the far outside, Magician.
will carry on the legacy.
And Magician runs down the fugue.
Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. It's the richest race of the week, the $500,000 Gulfstream Park Handicap. Todd Pletcher sent out 4 of the 7 starters, but the 6-5 favorite was Marcus Vitale trained Valid. Here's the call by Larry Colmus.
They're off in the Gulfstream Park Handicap and off to a good start. Valid came out very well. And right alongside is Anchor Down. Grand Shores up and on the pace. Stanford on the inside is close too. It's a knockout right alongside of Blofeld. And he's in front will be the trailer. As the field leaves the chute and moves on to the backstretch, the leader is Anchor Down. Anchor Down on top by a length. Stanford on the inside is running in second. Valid is third. Blofeld fourth. Then Grand Shores. It's a knockout. Last of the Pletcher quadrumvirate up the backstretch, racing 3.5 lengths off the lead, and he's in front. He's at the back after a 23 and 1 opening quarter mile, and they're moving up the backstretch. It's Anchor Down and Stanford, and they're stride for stride at the half-mile pole. Valid sits in a perfect spot, 2 lengths off of them outside of Blofeld. The half was in 45 and 3. It's a knockout, motivated for speed by Luis Saez with 4.5 lengths to make up. Grand Shores drops back, and then he's in front. Around the far turn, Anchor Down. 3/4 of a length ahead of Stanford. Valid now being pumped on for more in third. Blofeld is fourth. It's a knockout fifth. Under a drive is Anchor Down. Feels the whip at the top of the stretch. Stanford runs with him and cuts the corner. 3/4 in 109 and 1. They're into the stretch. Stanford and Anchor Down. Valid comes up after them on the outside. At the rail, Blofeld is fourth. It's a knockout. It's fifth. Oh, a bad step there for Valid in mid-stretch. Valid stumbled. They're coming to the wire. Stanford, Blofeld, Anchor Down to the finish. It is very close on the wire.
Blofeld gets up to defeat Stanford by a head for a 1-2 finish by Todd Pletcher trainees and Keeneland sales graduates. Pletcher trained Anchor Down was demoted to 4th after bumping with the favorite Valid in the stretch. John Velasquez, the winning jockey, in 135 flat. Blofeld won the first 3 starts of his career, including the Grade 2 Futurity Stakes and the Grade 2 Nashua Stakes, but he was winless in 2 starts at 3 and finished 4th in his 4-year-old debut at Gulfstream Park. The colt by Quality Road was bred in Kentucky by Keats Grove Farm and was a $135,000 Keeneland November weanling. A $225,000 2-year-old Blofeld has earned $650,000 for Glencrest Farm and JSM Equine. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture.